But anyway, Nick, thank you. Great to see you again, and looking forward to hearing your story.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Depending on the client that you're dealing with, and depending on the project that you're dealing with, there's a certain level of where it sits between being very commercial or non-commercial, where it may sit between being a very sort of international standard, and we want to be seen to be cutting edge and a benchmark, to being something that says, actually, no, we actually want to remind people that we are whatever we are. You'll see some examples later. You are looking at traditional Chinese, simplified Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, basically. So you've got a whole range of languages that you're dealing with. It's cultural relevance. So this is I think this is taken from the AIGA standard, which of course isn't really that commonly accepted in Asia. So what ends up happening quite often is that we end up having to change things for symbols that are obviously more relevant to the market that we're dealing with. Hong Kong has been going through a period of change, let's say, since '97. There's a whole issue of democracy, so the new government headquarters had to be built with an open door policy. That was the idea. So hence this building was, the whole concept from the architect Rocco design was it was an open door. And then this got put through into the pictograms, which became open stroke as well. The whole place has taken off. They make so much money. I think one of the big casinos there, the Sands, makes more money than the whole of the Atlantic City and Las Vegas together. So it's just phenomenal amount of money they make there. But the airport, well, just in case you were guessing what they all mean, this is what this gives you an idea. But certainly most of these we have to deal with if we're doing any signage projects in the public realm. We have to deal with a lot of the time. So actually, basically on the top left is Guangzhou, which is in the south of China. Top right is Shanghai. Bottom is Hong Kong, and over on the left is Bangkok. And again, it's interesting the way maps are changing and the way they have the cultural relevance. So here there's a photocopy of a very old hand painting of the Forbidden City in Beijing, which has been updated on some of the tourist maps, so this kind of thing, and then of course if you put on your smartphone, you see Google, and this is what you get of the Forbidden City now. It's been driven at the moment by commercial aspects, as you saw just said on the shopping centre, but it's also going on to be pushed forward by the transport companies and the convenience that creates. Some cultural aspects which can make people feel a bit more comfortable, and this is obviously starts off with the individual clients and the idiosyncrasies that you see of that. So whether it be a little boutique hotel in Malaysia, such as this one, or whether it be a commercial office block in Korea. Sort of, again, the origami, a sort of Japanese feel. So it wants to have a Swiss and Japanese resonance, even though the office is in Mumbai. So it can be a bit odd. Big animation studio outside of Tokyo, and hence all the whole town basically has been taken over with the reference to these cartoon characters that create Delhi International Airport. So it's obviously the men and ladies toilets. Well, I say it's obvious, but actually I did see someone going down the wrong one. So basically, just to finish with that quote, basically the idea that the new is intermingled with the old in fantastic ways, I think it's a nice way to aim. Thank you. I went through that faster than I expected, right?